See it? It's red.
Do you believe it though?
No, not at all.
You don't believe that you're wrong? You guys want to see what it is? You want to see your new favorite color?
Yes. Oh my god.
I'm going to dominate. Now, I'm sitting in a $200 per month, 200 square foot condo in Pattaya, Thailand.
Connor Murphy. If you were on YouTube during 2016, you've definitely encountered his videos. And if the name doesn't ring a bell, let me refresh your memory. The infamous takeoff t-shirt prank, the shirt ripoff while talking to girls, the classic nerd, the aesthetics Omegle video. Still not clicking? What about this? Nerd gets rejected and takes off his jacket. Bang. Connor Murphy at that time wasn't just another fitness influencer. He was the face of YouTube fitness, the shredded, charismatic prankster who racked up millions of views, who also made millions laugh, admire, and even envy him. But fast forward a few years, Connor's story takes a dark and bizarre turn.
You know, so people wouldn't think I'm crazy. So I can't say that I'm God to the internet. You can't do that.
Suddenly, the videos weren't just pranks anymore. They were titles like Apology for Sleeping with Another Man's Wife, Bigger, Stronger, Longer, and Connie Murphy, the Lady Boy, Picks Up Girls. Yeah, don't ask me to explain that. At first glance, it seemed like he was trolling, maybe just experimenting with edgy content, but the truth, the switch was much deeper and much stranger than anyone had expected.
So, you like your cock, right?
Huh?
Well, you still have it, so I assume.
Connor, originally from Texas, had built his reputation showing off his physique and motivating millions through fitness. His first big transformation video in 2016 launched him to the top of the YouTube fitness world. He had it all: the looks, the body, and the fame. But on May 9th, 2020, Connor uploaded a video titled Failing to Enlighten My Parents, and it was nothing like the content his fans were used to. No pranks, no flexing, no girls, other than his mom of course, and instead it was a raw, unsettling conversation. His demeanor was off. The Connor everybody knew was gone.
Okay, so if you're acting crazy, you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I
if
get
you're
it.
not acting crazy, then we should be concerned for you.
And for the first time, fans began to wonder, what is happening to Connor Murphy? Over the next few weeks, Connor released a series of videos that only added fuel to the mystery. In them, he claimed that he was acting.
Example of the most disadvantageous perspective I could possibly adopt.
But was he really? Or was this a cover of something much darker? The videos featured heated conversations with his closest friends, his manager, and even his parents. The topic spiraled into existential crises, religion, ego, and philosophy. Some of his confessions were deeply personal. They went along the lines of his parents never truly supporting his YouTube career, feeling accused of mistreating his sister, admitting he wasn't happy even when he was at his peak, where he claimed that he was able to get with 3 women a day, and talking about God, the ego, and how modern life strips humans of true connection. For fans who followed him for pranks and laughs, this was shocking. Connor wasn't just breaking character, he was unraveling.
And then individuals who don't subscribe to this specific anthropomorphic conceptualization are alienated from their respective religious cult.
Okay.
Meanwhile, on Instagram, things got even more confusing. At times, Connor would reassure fans that he was fine, insisting it was all just acting.
This is just acting. Okay. It's just acting.
But the tone never fully matched up. His erratic behavior left people wondering if he was masking something more serious. And reports started spreading. Some YouTube commenters claimed that they contacted police for a wellness check, and confirming, fitness YouTuber Brett Maverick posted on Instagram saying police actually went into Connor's apartment, but he wasn't there. His car was gone.
When I saw this, I immediately called the police and drove over to his house. to which he was nowhere to be found.
At this point, two theories emerged. Connor was performing an elaborate method acting for YouTube, trying to reinvest himself, or two, he was genuinely experiencing a mental health crisis, using his platform as an outlet for his pain. And here's the thing, the deeper you go into his videos, the harder it is to believe that it was all just an act. There were too many honest admissions, too much raw vulnerability for it to just be a script. His so-called acting may have been just a mask, a way to cope with the pressure of putting his breakdown in front of millions of viewers. And then after all these events, silence. For months, Connor disappeared. Fans speculated endlessly, was this the tragic downfall of one of the fitness YouTube's biggest stars?
Yes, I'm okay. And I'm sorry it took me so long to tell you guys that. Because of everything that happened, I was actually put into a psych ward for over 2 weeks, which I'll talk about later in the video. But for those of you who don't know, a few weeks ago I made a video where it appeared as though I was gonna harm myself. Now, the explanation of why I made that video is much more complicated than you probably think. So a few days prior to making that video, I engaged in this spiritual ceremony where I took this mind-altering substance known as ayahuasca. This is a very powerful substance and it caused me to act much differently than I normally would.
But then he returned, calm and collected, posting new updates and eventually slipping into fitness style content, almost as if nothing had happened.
To another video, this is probably the most creative, epic way I've ever thought of to get a girl's number. So basically, doing an audition, I'm an actor in LA, but I actually wrote this script. Starts out pretty normal, then it gets a little interesting.
So what really happened? Was Connor Murphy orchestrating the greatest performance in fitness YouTube history? Or did we witness a man on the edge, unraveling before our very eyes, only to recover in silence? The truth is, no one really knows. Connor himself insists it was just acting.
So over the past couple years, I've been trying to become an actor in Los Angeles. And I've never really talked about this, but to be honest, that's the main reason why I moved out there.
But the eerie details, the sudden disappearance, and the raw honesty suggests otherwise. Maybe it was a breakdown, maybe it was performance art, but what we do know is this. Connor Murphy's rise, fall, and strange return remains one of the greatest and most mysterious downfalls in the history of fitness influencers.